What sort of guy makes a good boyfriend? And what exactly is a boyfriend? Okay, I know this might sound stupid, but there are boyfriends, and then there are boyfriends.
Like, my very first boyfriend was Anthony Gerardo. Our common bond was building sandcastles together. As far as 4-year-olds go, Anthony was okay, but he did have one big problem. If anything I did turned out better than anything he did, his reaction was not exactly positive. Clearly, this was a relationship that wasn't destined to last. My next boyfriend was Damon Carruthers. We were in the same year at primary school, and he told me he loved me. Naturally, I said I loved him too. Damon and I didn't really have a lot to talk about. In fact, we had absolutely nothing in common at all. But Damon did achieve one thing. He was the boy who gave me my first kiss. But even at that age, the kiss came with a price tag. After 3 weeks, I realised I had to choose between my love of Damon and my love of lollipops. Inevitably, the lollies won and Damon was dropped. I was suddenly a single 8-year-old again. When I got to high school, I entered my teenage rebel period. To be honest, I was a pretty feeble rebel, but I dressed the part, and I soon latched onto the boyfriend to match. Billy Keane was the local hotshot skater boy, and I was his crush. He used to let me watch him skate and look after his water bottle. Sometimes he even smiled at me. Billy might have been the local glamour boy as far as skaters were concerned, but I soon worked out that it wasn't exactly a heap of laughs being his girlfriend. Not that I had much time to worry about it. He said my hands made his water bottle too sweaty. So on the anniversary of our first month together, he dumped me. My last boyfriend, before I came to Solar Blue, was Jevon McCree. Jevon was a couple of years older than me and had just got into uni. There were never any conversation problems when Jevon was around. He was always talking. Only problem was, his subject matter was extremely limited.
Like, I've got to be true to myself, because otherwise I'm not me. If I'm not me, who am I?
Yeah, right. It was good that Jevon was so open about himself, but when the only thing someone can talk about is themselves, it does start to get a bit limiting after a while.
I reckon I'm just going to have to trust my instincts in this one. Fortunately, my instincts are pretty good, one of my strengths, actually. So, if I can really focus, focusing is another one of my plus points, I'm pretty confident I can get it right.
Jevon, can I ask you something?
Of course. You know, I'm a great listener.
It's just that I've been wondering lately, what with you going to uni and me going up to Solar Blue, it's going to be hard, isn't it?
I've been thinking about this too, you know.
Really?
Yeah, well, I'm going to have so much on my plate, you know? There's so many demands on me. I mean, you know, I don't know how I'm going to cope.
Right. In the end, it was pretty clear that there wasn't enough room in Jevon's headspace for himself and a girlfriend. Actually, there wasn't enough room in Jevon's headspace for himself and anybody. So we agreed to go our separate ways. Bye, Jevon.
So there you go, the sum total of my childhood boyfriends. Not a particularly impressive bunch, I suppose, but then maybe I wasn't all that impressive to them either. Then I came to Solar Blue. Suddenly, the boyfriend situation changed radically.
Hey!
Within a few days of arriving here, Charlie and I had become friends. Don't ask me why, we just seemed to really like each other.
Maybe that's the secret to it, the fact that we started out as just friends. I wasn't especially wanting to find a boyfriend, and I don't think Charlie was looking for a girlfriend either. We simply enjoyed hanging out together.
This looks very industrious. Let's go. We're going for a picnic at Aurora Bay. Want to come?
Thanks, but Gary and I thought we'd give ourselves the afternoon off and go see a movie.
Van's ready. Let's go. See you guys.
Bye.
See you tonight.
Oh, we might get dinner in town tonight, so don't wait for us.
Okay. Yeah.
Do you think those two might get together?
Who, Beck and Gary?
Yeah.
That'd be ridiculous. They're just going to see a movie.
And having dinner.
So what? They got to eat somewhere, don't they? I mean, why make a big deal out of it?
I'm not making a big deal. I'm just posing the question.
It'd be a disaster if they did, though.
A disaster? How?
Well, because instead of giving us their attention, they'd be focusing on themselves. Their judgment would totally go out the window.
What? It's not like people lose their brains just because they start going out together.
Yes, they do. It's a scientifically proven fact. All people in love lose all sense of responsibility.
Found the esky.
And an old beach volleyball set. Thought we could have a game or two.
Oh.
What about Beck and Gary? Did anyone ask them?
They've gone out together to a movie and dinner.
Oh, what? That's a disaster.
Not you two.
What do you mean, not me too?
Adam thinks that if they get together, we'll all become poor, neglected little surfing students.
Laugh at me now, but if it does happen, then don't say I didn't warn you, okay?
Anyway, Adam, Guy obviously agrees with you about Beck and Gary.
What are you talking about?
He said it was a disaster that they've gone off together.
Yeah, but I didn't mean it like that.
Well, then what's the problem?
Well, I was hoping that one of them could drive us to Aurora Bay. And if they're not here, that means we've got to walk.
The day Charlie and I moved up a step from being just friends was the day of the picnic. Although the thing that started it was hardly what you'd call romantic.
Oh, Lauren. I'm sorry, are you okay?
Oh, Liv, I think...
Wow, that's real tough, Charlie, beating up the girls in the opposition to win a point.
I think it's about time we had lunch anyway. What do you reckon?
Oh, what? You're just saying that because we were winning.
Oh, as if?
Just gonna wash my face.
Right. Come on, let's get this picnic sorted. Okay.
Nice one.
It's okay, man.
Where did we put the crackers? Oh, they're in the cocktail
How are ya?
Fine. I think I've got a bit of a bruise as a memento, though.
Oh, I really am sorry. I honestly wasn't aiming for you.
At least I'm glad to hear that.
Oh, here, I bought you that. I thought you might like to use it.
Thanks. It's really nice of you.
I can be nice if I try. Oh, hey, you've still got some sand in your hair.
I suppose if there was a moment when Charlie and I went from being friends to something more, this was it. I was so touched by his consideration that I couldn't help myself.
There you go, we're perfect again. Wow. I guess I'm gonna have to throw volleyballs at your head more often then.
Sorry, Charlie. I shouldn't have done that.
No, don't be sorry. It was great.
You mean that? Really?
Yeah, absolutely.
You're not just saying that because you don't want to hurt my feelings?
No way. And I can prove it.
Suddenly, and without anything being said, I knew that Charlie had changed from being my friend to being my boyfriend. What I didn't know, though, was how so much else would change because of that.
You can't seriously tell me that Beck and Gary would be interested in becoming an item.
Oh, why not?